We're going to go over the single check feature in the Promise program. And the single check is located up under AP and single check. Now the top of the page is for the check's information. The bottom portion of the page is for who you're billing it to, what the bill code is, and the amount. I'm going to start up here on the invoice. If your vendor gave you an invoice number, you can type that in. If you have an inner office numbering system, you can put that into the system, or you can just double click and put the system date in there. You can bill it to the vendor, the management group, the owner, or the tenant. We're going to go ahead and select the vendor, which you can do by typing in the vendor's name or using the flashlight button and selecting the vendor. You also want to select the bank account that the check's going to be drawn from. Now, the type of the check field is for if it's a handwritten check, if it's an electronic payment, like an ACH or transfer out to pay a vendor. If you select the handwritten or the electronic, it's going to have the check number field blank so that you can put in the numbers that you need to have there. And it is only numerical. We're going to go ahead and select check. The one-time field is if you're only going to be doing one check to this person and you don't expect to have to print another one for them, then you can select one time and put in the information for the payee. If you use the one-time field, you still have to put in the payee address and comments on the second tab. You have the check memo. The check memo can be the invoice number. The check memo can be what the work was done. You can put multiple invoices if you have more than one invoice to put on this check. Now on the work order field, if you do have a work order in there and you just want to mark this as paid, then you can click on the flashlight button, select the work order that this is pointing to, and then this check will be associated with the work order. Down on the bottom section, you have the bill to. Now you can bill it to the management group, owner, property, tenant, or unit. Select unit. If you have where the owner and the tenant are splitting all bills 50-50 or whatever the percentage is, or the tenant pays by 100%, then that's the only time that you would bill it to a tenant. You also have the discount field. Now the discount field allows for you to have your vendors give you a discount, and that discount can either be reimbursed to the owner or it can be credited to management. This can be a percentage or a flat fee. So what would happen is when you bill it to the owner with a discount, the system is going to write the check for the discounted amount. It's going to bill the owner for the full amount and then credit the management group for the discount. And if the owner gets the discounts, then it will just credit the owner back the discounted amount. We're going to go ahead and bill it to a unit because the best scenario is to keep things billed as unit specific if it's for one unit. Now we're going to pick pest control. Now keep in mind that you can have multiple transactions up to 10 on one check. So we're going to bill it to a unit, and then you pick the bill code, put in the amount, and if this is where you want to have the invoice number, you can put the invoice number in there, and then click down to put in another unit. Again, you're going to pick the unit, the bill code, and the amount, and then put in the invoice number. Once you're done entering in all of the bill codes, then you can come down here to the new button and click new if you have another vendor to do as a single check, or just post it. 1, 2, 3. If you just click post, the system is going to let you know if you have insufficient funds in the owner. And if you still want to post this check, you click yes. When you click on post, it's going to come up and tell you that you have one check posted. Do you want to print it? You can say no if you have multiple checks to to put into the system to print, or you can just click on yes. When you click on yes, it's going to bring up the ready to print screen, and you just verify the check date. If you want to edit that to the past or the future, you can. You would only edit to the past if you edit the posting date of the check to the past. You want to verify the bank account is correct. You want to verify that the next check number matches your next blank check. You can pause after check if you have multiple ones to do and you want to stop at a certain number. Verify the printer. If your check printer is a different printer, you can do the drop down arrow and select the other printer. The paper source, and then you have the micro adjust down. If your printer starts printing early or if your printer starts printing late, then you can use a -10 to bring it up 1/100th of an inch, or a +10 to move it down 1/100th of an inch. Once you click on print, it'll send it to the printer. You just click OK, and you've entered in your single check. If you realize now or later on that you entered in the wrong bill code, you can go to AP Check History, see the check that you entered, click on Edit, and you see that Callahan Exterminators Pest Service for 1 unit is correct, but you accidentally picked Roof and Gutters. Click on the Roof and Gutters and click on Change Billing Info. This allows you not only to change the unit if you build it to the wrong unit or the wrong profile, but you can also change the bill code. You can change the memo that you put in there. So if you just want to add in a memo that you forgot to put in, you can put that in there and then post. This will make the change on the check, and so you don't have to void and then redo it as a handwritten check. This concludes the video on single checks. If you have any questions, give us a call here at the support desk, 1-800-397-1499. Thank you.